my eyes. Okay.
That's how people reacted to me in the locker room in middle school.
Much like this podcast, live service games are constantly being updated and worked on, and they never end. This podcast will exist until the heat death of the universe. Anyway, welcome to the podcast.
I'm Melina.
I'm cool.
And I'm Peter, the most knowledgeable on this topic.
Yes.
Not saying a whole lot.
Oh, yes. Hello. Welcome, lovely, lovely listeners and or viewers and or however you're consuming this. I don't know.
Taste. Someone out there has to be able to eat podcast.
I mean, I guess.
I'm pretty sure someone's also like shooting it up like heroin.
Again, I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, how would
the eating work?
A podcast?
Well, I mean, the easiest way to think about how eating it would work is if you have synesthesia and your senses of taste are mixed with your sense of hearing and sight. So you taste the things that you hear.
I'm sure you can inject literal senses into your veins. And if you can't, I don't know, skill issue.
Oh my god.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure that is a skill issue.
But yes, what is the topic of today, Peter?
We're talking about live service games, specifically why people, why they're so popular, especially these days, and yet people seem to hate them.
Now, if you could remind me, what is a live service game?
Basically, any game that is continually being updated. It's not necessarily complete at launch, and it prioritizes mostly player count over like actual profit. So a lot of live service games are, or at least not initial profit. So a lot of live service games are free to play, like Warframe, Destiny, basically every gacha game in existence.
So I do know what we're talking about. I just didn't know it was called that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm not out of my depth. Ish, I think.
Yeah.
Gonna go with that.
Yeah, I can't imagine this is. I still can't imagine this is a topic that you're intimately familiar with, but you at least know what you're talking about for the most part.
Yes. I've got a general idea. Cool.
Anyway, Cole, you get to lead with the things that people don't like about live service games.
Oh, thank you.
We're starting with the negatives today, all right?
I'm a professional hater. If only I got
Certified.
things. Also, occasional enjoyer of other things.
4-year degree in hatred.
Yeah.
A minor's in disdain, a bachelor in animosity,
A PhD in fuck you energy.
Give me a lot of credits I don't have.
You said you were a professional.
Yeah, it's not
and of course a second PhD in gender studies.
It's something I spent a long time thinking about. So, Okay. The things, generally speaking, that people tend to hate about live service games are, first and foremost, God, the microtransactions.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah,
walk
they're kind of
5
every.
feet without stumbling into one way or another. As Peter mentioned, the majority of them, I think that immediately come to mind, at least, are going to be gacha games. But there are also several, like Fortnite is one.
Fortnite. I can talk about Fortnite.
I thought you'd only ever played Halo and Halo adjacent games.
Listen. I've played other things. I don't know if those things combine into more games than the Halo franchise, but I have played other things.
Wait, is Master Chief in Halo or not, in Fortnite? I mean, can we connect Halo to the web of Fortnite?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, there is a Master Chief skin in Fortnite, and I did get it immediately upon realizing this.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is you still only have played Halo.
Yeah, yes.
I know you've played Sea of Thieves in the past, but that's by Microsoft, and therefore.
Therefore, it's Halo.
Therefore Halo.
Also, there is a ship skin in Sea of Thieves that is Halo themed.
Well, that just further proves the point, doesn't it?
Yeah, I just don't play it enough to
It's Halo
warrant
Black
buying
Black
it. Yeah. But yes, Fortnite.
Fortnite, the microtransactions. The way that a lot of them work is typically by inducing some kind of fear of missing out. I don't know what exactly that would be in Destiny. I know very little about it. From what I'm aware about in regards to Fortnite, it is a lot of skins.
Yeah, like, okay, so there's actually something interesting going on with this formula they've had forever. Because I don't know if you know, but like the most recent update added a ton of new game modes.
Okay.
Like official game modes. So instead of it just being, you know, battle royale shooter, now it's got a Lego mode where it's basically like a Lego game, like any Lego game you've played before, but without like a story. It's an open world. And then they've got race car driving, and then they've got what's essentially Guitar Hero, but without like the guitar controller, and you just do it on your controller, or your computer. I guess Fortnite is everywhere. But with this, more items have started to exist. So like now not only can you customize your character for the Royale, you can customize your car, you can buy stuff to build in the Lego world, you can buy guitars and drums and basses and microphones for the singing thing. Like the singing section literally has its own battle pass.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, and it's like, okay, right? They thought, and I don't know if this is working or not, but like what I think their thought process was well, the formula was working before, so what if we just do more, right? Like so they started all this other. I look through the item shop now because I do it every once in a while just to see like if they have something I want, because there are a couple of skins I've had my eye on for a bit, and I'm like, is it in the store? Like, you know, because
if they have anything Halo themed.
Nothing else.
We reduced you to this one characteristic. This is all you get to have.
I'm
now.
the Halo guy. I'm the one who halos. But anyway. But in doing this, right, in adding all this stuff and adding all this stuff, like now I scroll through the item shop and it's just, there is so much stuff. Like there is so much stuff in that store pertaining to all these like random game modes. Like I can't keep up. Like I can't like I can't like wrap my head around like, oh, like this goes to this thing and this goes to this thing and this, it's too much. And like to show you how much this has fucked up their system, the half of the reason I play Fortnite is because one of my friends used to play it a lot. Like he had like the battle pass, the Fortnite crew monthly subscription, like it was constant. Wow. Like it did all of the quests, everything, right? He has stopped because of these changes. Yes.
Wow.
Because it's too much. It's because it's too fucking much. You know, and it's like and so like okay, yeah, I get it. When you have a free to play game, I understand you want to make a profit on it. I completely get that. And having things like a battle pass and an item shop, yeah, that's going to make you money. And it's like, yeah, like pressuring people to buy stuff isn't really that great. But, you know, if you've got a system where that's not the case, like, you know, like you don't have to get that stuff to play the game. No, and so
that's how a lot of it works.
Yeah,
when they're not gacha games.
Yeah.
Or some other, or a different system that is legitimately pay to win.
Yeah, but like I don't know. It's just it's a lot now. In Fortnite, like not even like buying stuff wise, just game mode wise. Like you like you know, like you when I open up my Xbox, right? Because I play Fortnite on Xbox, as I do most of my games. Like I open up Xbox and I think to myself, okay, what game do I want to play? Right? Like what game do I want to play? And you know, I kind of look through my games and I'm like, yeah, we could play a little bit of Fortnite. So I open Fortnite. And then I remember there's like 4 different types of games in Fortnite. So then I have to sit there again and think, okay, now what do I want to play? Like, do I want to play music? Do I want to do the cars? Do I want to shoot people? Do I want to go into Lego mode? Like, it's a lot.
That is kind of a not necessarily an end state, but an eventual mutation of a lot of live service games, is in order to try and drive more. It's because Fortnite was not dying before it did. It had pretty solidly established itself as nigh immortal.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. No, they were fine.
But still, the urge to do so, at least from a money standpoint, the goal is always line go up. And so if line even just stabilizes, well, now you need to introduce more things.
Yes.
Line not go up, bad.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the goal behind introducing all of that was absolutely probably to try and drive even more attention. Capture an audience that is not interested in Battle Royale, but is interested in those other game modes. Have Fortnite become the one game.
Yeah.
At this point, Fortnite is barely even a battle royale. It's got so much shit in it. It is just Fortnite.
Yeah. No. So yeah. Honestly, like yeah, there is the battle royale, but there's also Team Rumble, which is not a battle royale. It's a team versus game. It's essentially Slayer from Halo. Like it's like you have to get a certain amount of kills to win. You know, like. Every season they have a special game mode. Well, not every season, but some seasons they have like a special game mode that pertains to like a certain character they came up with. You know, like it's got all sorts of shit, and it's like speaking with a degree in industrial design here. Making your audience too broad, like trying to get everybody in on it, does not typically go well. Because what you get is a bunch of different groups of people who one thinks that this thing sucks, the other thinks that that thing's great, and the other thing sucks, and it just becomes a cacophony, and what you end up with is a bunch of people thinking your product, well, a game, fucking toy, otherwise, is like, it's okay, I guess.
To appeal to everyone, you appeal to fucking nobody.
Yes, exactly. I mean, like, yeah, it's like the reason I had any interest in Fortnite in the first place is because it was like a shooter game, and I like shooter games, and now it's all over the place, and it's like and even because sometimes I'll get the battle pass, because sometimes the battle pass does have cool stuff in it and I want it, and it's $10 and I'm like, okay, sure, fine, you know. The fastest way to level up in that game through the battle pass, go into the creative section, do an obstacle course.
The grinding is just obstacle courses?
Yes. That is the fastest way to level up in that game. Unless you're like my friend and is yeah, like, unless you're like my friend who's like religious about the quests, or was the honest to God fastest way I have leveled up in that game is to just run obstacle courses over and over again. Like I have surpassed my friend multiple times when this happens. Whenever I get a battle pass and there's something at the very end that I really want, I just go through the obstacle courses every night. I surpass him by like 25 levels.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like, it's insane. And it's like, I'm not even playing a game mode that was made by Epic Games. This was made by some 15-year-old who was bored.
As someone who played Roblox when they were 15, bored 15-year-olds can make some pretty fucking wild shit.
Well, okay, yeah, but like, that's what I mean. Like, I'm not even playing the main game mode. Yeah, like I'm not even playing the main game mode that Epic Games made to level up. I'm playing like a creative mode thing where they've made it so you can get XP every time you complete an obstacle. And it's always like 500 plus obstacles. So if you take 500 times 500 XP, you're gonna get a lot. You know?
That's a pretty big number.
Yeah, but it's like when I'm resorting to like using the creative section to level up more than the actual game, there's been a mess up somewhere here. Because I would think you'd want me to play, you know, what you made more.
You would think that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but apparently not.
You'd be wrong.
I'd be wrong.
No,
I'd be
we
very
don't
wrong.
want anyone to ever play our game, despite trying to be a competitor to Steam. What a failing.
Despite popular opinion, Fortnite is in fact I'm doing something. I had something and it left me immediately.
Oh no!
The
I hate it
rare
when that
moment
happens.
Peter speaks and he loses.
I'm not often speechless, but when I am, it permeates my fucking soul.
Yeah.
Anyway, keep bashing on live service games so that I can do the other thing.
It's okay. All right. Yeah. But you know, I don't know. I think Fortnite. I think Fortnite right now is an example of them quite honestly overdoing it. Like is it? This is too much stuff. Not enough space in my brain. And like, especially
just like that advertisement.
Yeah. And like, especially when like a lot of this stuff, they give you stuff for playing anyway. Like okay, the cars, right? If like it forces you to play ranked. There isn't any non-ranked mode, which I personally dislike. I've never liked ranked modes, but
Same here.
yeah, but like, you know, it doesn't really affect anything much other than you're playing with people that are in your, I guess, level of gameplay. I don't know. Which
No one can do matchmaking correctly ever, so
yeah.
you try, I guess.
Yeah, but like you can get stuff for your car by just, you know, ranking up or completing challenges. Like, so the stuff in the shop seems kind of pointless, and then in the the fucking singing Game Pass, there's a free one and then a one you pay for, but the free one has a bunch of stuff that's fine. It's just so like those modes will give you free stuff anyway. So it's like putting this stuff in the item shop. Like, yeah, I get it. Like, okay, like they've had a lot of collaboration since then, and yeah, sure, you'd want to make stuff for the game modes. That's like, you know, like what they're doing Star Wars stuff right now, and there's a fucking car boost you can get in the shop that's just a lightsaber. So it's like, okay, yeah, no, I get it, but like, why?
Because I gotta shoot a lightsaber out my ass to go faster.
Yeah. But like, it's just, I don't know. It's just a lot. It's a lot, and it's sectioned into like all of these game modes, and it's like, okay, as somebody who does have a vague interest in the majority of these game modes, because I do like race car games, and I did used to play Guitar Hero as a kid, and I did like it, this is overwhelming. Like, this is a lot to keep track of, and it, quite frankly, kind of sucks. Because like, I don't want to get home from work and be tired and then like try to play a game and then be overwhelmed by everything I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I love playing a game and it makes me fucking tired.
Yeah, no, that's my favorite thing.
Anyway, this video is actually about Factorio.
No, this video is now about Genshin Impact.
Oh god.
Doesn't make me tired. I just have to sit there. I just play the game for 5 minutes, do everything, leave.
No, it made me tired. That's why I'm talking about it.
Everything makes you tired.
Yes, everything makes me tired. Sit there and listen, silent boy. Where did this will to speak come from all of a sudden?
Whoa.
Oh.
Stop it.
Yeah, and then he handed the microphone to me.
I did hand the microphone to you. This is still an open discussion.
And then I took it over. What's your point, Cole?
I don't know if I have one. I think I'm just being confrontational for the sake of it.
Just because I hand you my fries from McDonald's does not mean that I can't still take some back. Anyway, continue.
Oh, thank you very much. I talked about this with you a lot because I had to explain the reasons why I stopped playing Genshin Impact. Which was entirely that. It's just due to the way that I play a lot of games. I cannot play a lot of live service games, i.e., all of them for the most part. Anything that is continuously updated loses my interest very quickly because I like to do them all at once. I play a whole thing or like the beginning of a thing. Usually, most of the time, I play a lot of the beginning of a thing. And then I put it down, and I've either finished it or I've forgotten about it, and I can come back to it. The thing with again, that is not live service though. When I put it down and I come back to it later, everything's at the same spot. Nothing is fundamentally changed. And the thing is, the thing with Genshin Impact is that this is not at all the case. I wanted to play the game entirely for the story and things that were happening within that aspect of it. I did not want to engage with a variety of different mechanics. Like there's a thing where you have to farm various relics to put onto your characters in order to do that. And it's more so of a matter of like, well, you'll get good enough ones eventually if you keep doing it. I don't want to fucking do that though. Like, why is it so inaccessible to play the new content without having access to those things previously? If you've not already done that, you're going to be kind of fucked. The world level continuously increases. You need access to higher level things in order to access the most recent story quests. And it is a grind that was fully unsustainable to me. And I could no longer keep up with it. The way that I play things, even live service things, is I do them for a while, and I shut them down, and I come back to them later. And I could not do that with Genshin because the moment you set it down, 1,400 things happen. That completely alter the way that the game works. Not completely alter the way the game works, not entirely, but change it enough to when you come back, even if you were in the meta before, there is now a fully different meta. It was just fully unsustainable. I was not able to keep up with it, and I did not have an interest in farming the relics in the first place. And so I stopped, and I now experience story content vicariously through Peter, who is willing to keep up with it.
Because and that I guess that brings me and that's a decent segue into the allure for a lot of people of live service games in the sense that it is constantly evolving. Like everything happens alongside the players. Like the reason I played Destiny 2 for so long was because it was an actively ongoing story that to a point was pretty good.
You had to put the caveat in there.
Yeah. But it felt like the actions that I did in the game actually carried through into the rest of the actual world around me.
Mm.
Similar to a lot of other live service games like Warframe, again Genshin Impact. There's others, but those are the three that unfortunately have a parasite in my brain.
Worm in you.
Indeed.
I would like
but
to.
Like every time you complete a one of the main quests in Genshin, or like a substantial side quest, even an aspect of the world is either unlocked to you or changes in a way, which I know a lot of the games have, but it's interesting to see that in a I guess dynamic time frame.
Yeah, that could be a word for it, sure.
I don't know what else to call it.
I do not know what the development term for that is, so.
I don't think there is a consistent one.
I would like to, as an aside, this can absolutely be a positive, but I think if you come in later, if you join after significant events have already occurred, then you're not going to get the same feeling whatsoever. If things are meant to be spread out over a series of time, then and if you join after that's all happened and you can do it all at once, then the timeline is going to feel fucked up. And I love Warframe to pieces. It's one of the very few live service games I can actually play because things don't change substantially enough between updates, mechanically at least, for me to feel weird about it. And the story updates have been farther and farther apart as time goes on and they become more complicated. The and this is a problem even there, even in that game that I like a lot, where when you go through everything that's now out and you go through it so you can get to the new stuff that everyone's talking about, stuff feels really weird. In Warframe, there's meant to be a period of time between a quest called the Sacrifice and a quest called the New War. There's meant to be a significant gap of time between those two. But you can get to between that point really quickly now. At least far faster than the development time was between, because the Sacrifice was like 2016 and then the New War was 2020. 2021, I think, actually. So it's
Late
like you can.
2020, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Oh
the
yeah,
point
it's like yeah, it was around like Christmas, I think. So like you can get between the Sacrifice and the New War way faster than 4 years.
Yeah, for some people, other people are still farming the Necromech engine chassis or Necromech engine blueprint.
Hey, they made getting those way easier too. Actually, did you?
Yeah, yeah, I know. But in another vein, that
like it's
also,
both a positive thing and a negative thing.
yeah. But actually bringing up the Necromech farming brings up a separate point of changes to the game are a lot more, I guess, a lot more noticeable because it's usually something that everybody experiences instead of in a more, in a less linear game like Elden Ring or I don't know, other open world games, especially where you can experience everything, but God, it takes or fucking ever.
Yeah. Yeah, it absolutely does. I still have never finished Elden Ring, and I have hundreds of hours in.
Well, that's I'm pretty sure a you thing.
It's not specifically a me thing. The furthest I got was the Altus Plateau. And then I stopped.
But changes to the game in live service games are felt by the entire player base more often than not, as opposed to in a game like that where you could read through an entire section of patch notes and realize, damn, that does not affect me whatsoever.
Yeah. And hopefully, with any kind of like, it's like Warframe, I do think is the odd example out of a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because it's the majority of things you can buy for money are purely cosmetic, but there's not really any pressure to buy them. They're not particularly advertised anywhere. And the things that are advertised in places would be the primed equipment. But you can get the primed equipment through normal gameplay. You are not paying for exclusive access to an item. You are paying for time.
Convenience.
Save time. Yeah. And things like the Necromech changes, where they made it easier to obtain the blueprint required to build a part of the Necromech, which is a very important piece of equipment.
And also a
Arena and our audience.
It's also necessary to progress in the story after a certain point.
Yeah. Those kind of changes. Like this is, I think, a decent example of the thing that you're talking about. Those changes are experienced by everybody, and everyone will, at least the bulk of the audience, will understand what is being talked about. Because everyone knew about the Necromech changes, understood why they had to be made, because up at that point, the majority of the player base had gone through the Necromech grind and spent fucking 30 hours in the bowels of an infested moon and couldn't get anything.
I didn't do that. I just played a lot of Halo.
Okay, Alina, imagine having to spend like 30 hours in the flood-infested ship in Halo 3, where you get Cortana back.
I don't know if I can physically do that.
Okay, no. Here's a better way of thinking about it.
Okay.
Imagine going into that mission, doing it for 15 minutes, leaving, then going back for 30 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, that is more what it's like.
I don't know. I think the library level from Combat Evolved is more horrifying.
It's not a matter of it being horrifying, it's a matter of it being tedious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm comparing the aesthetics as well.
Okay, then yeah. I see that.
It is absolutely a matter of tedium. That's fully true. Because the missions, after a certain point, aren't hard. They just always take
forever.
10 minutes. Yeah.
But going back to the whole lack of advertisements thing in Warframe, flip the script and talk about Destiny 2, where when you first download the game, you do the shitty tutorial, and then like the very first thing you are exposed to after finishing that is a slew of pop-ups, like actually just pop-up ads.
Just in-game pop-up ads.
I sure do love
or the
pop-up ads in my
expansion,
games.
the deluxe expansion, the current season, the battle pass for the season,
Oh my god.
previous expansions, premium currency. Like, you might think that's an exaggeration. That is how many fucking pop-ups there are. You have to click like 6 times just to get to the fucking interface.
That's stupid.
Oh my god.
And it's horribly exaggerated on Destiny. But that is the gist a lot of people seem to have when it comes to live service games is mobile game ad hell.
Because a lot of them are also mobile games.
Yeah.
It's like that is like a stereotype that does exist for a reason. It's not necessarily always true or accurate. Like Fortnite is, I believe, been compared a lot to those things, and I don't know how 100% accurate that is. I mean, how many advertisements are in not Warframe? That's
In Warframe? I don't know how many are in Warframe, man.
How many are in Fortnite?
Fortnite? Not... Okay, like... Sometimes... There's like they sometimes they have like the trailer for like the most recent like battle pass season play, but that's only like for when you boot it up for the first time after that update's come out, and you can skip it. And it only does that once unless it glitches, and then it'll do it a couple of times. But like it's only supposed to do it once. And then other than that, there's like this one little corner in like the top left corner that has like a little slideshow going of like stuff in the shop. But it's not, but it's like it's part of the interface. It's not a bunch of pop-ups.
It's not intrusive.
Yeah, it's not intrusive. It's just in the corner, and if you want to look at it, there is a button you can click to like expand it and look at it, but you don't have to. It's just over there. Like you can ignore it and go play the game. So yeah, no, I Fortnite with as battle pass item shop centric as its cosmetics are, there's not a lot of ads in the game, or if there are, they come up like once ever and never again. And there aren't like 6 of them in a row.
Yeah, like I said, Destiny is heavily is not the status quo for that. It is far beyond that. It is microtransaction hell. Like if there is a hell for video games, Destiny 2 is it.
Wow.
Fucking hilarious.
I thought the first Destiny was bad.
You can't say that on the internet. You'll get fucking murdered.
They're coming to your house now.
Oh well. You know what happens to trespassers.
I don't remember you having a trespassers will be shot sign.
There's no law that says I need a sign. Just
Gee.
Look, I'm going to jail for shooting someone regardless of if they're trespassing or not. I don't have time to warn them.
listen, if you're gonna try to break into my house and like harm me over a fucking video game, yeah, nah. This isn't a conversation we're having. You know what's gonna happen. Don't do these things, people. Don't do it.
You'll only regret the short life you led.
Exactly. And even if you get me, I'm taking you with me, trust me.
Yeah.
my tying this into Halo, my favorite form of death in multiplayer Halo, in the rare moments I do play it, is when I kill someone but they kill me. So we kill each other. So if you're gonna try to get me, I'm gonna try to get you, and then we'll both be gone forever. And that'll be that.
Or
That'll
stuck in the
really
moment of your death forever.
No one wants that. No one wants that to be their moment of final death. Final permanent death.
Indeed.
What do you mean? I'll just respawn. That's how Halo works.
Have your moment of final permanent death be assassinating a president.
No. No.
Why not? My logic is flawless.
What logic?
Okay, first of all, there's no logic there. Second of all, every president that has been killed while they were president has been renowned as the best president ever forever. So if you really hate the guy, don't kill him. Third of all, that sounds like...
I'm pretty sure that's nationalist propaganda.
Well, okay, but...
You're an incredible person.
Third of all...
not a compliment this time.
Third of all, that's a lot of effort to deal with.
That's a lot of effort.
To deal with a section of, like, the world I barely pay attention to. For my own sanity. So...
Well, like, it wouldn't necessarily really change much of anything. You know, if you want to do, if you want to do more than just kill a guy, then like, unfortunately, you have to do more than just kill a guy.
Kill two guys?
Yes. We'll go down the line of succession until we get to like some random mayor somewhere. Only then will we truly be free.
I think that happened in a show once. I don't remember what show it was, but it was like it was a sci-fi show. And like we were getting attacked by aliens or something. And like the entirety of like our government officials had been wiped out. So the only the next person in line to be president was some like Random lady. It's like random teacher lady. So she became the president of the United States in the middle of a crisis.
That's how it works.
Yeah, and I just think about that. I sometimes think about that, and I'm just like, oh, that poor lady. You want to be a teacher, man? Like, now she's the head of state. Like, I just
Sometimes you do have to deal with public officials like their school children. I think this would work out spectacularly.
It has always been my opinion that the best person as president is the one who doesn't want to be there.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, because if you want to be president, like, there's an air about you. There's something like I could run. Like, you're sitting there, you're looking yourself in the mirror before you go to bed or when you wake up, whatever. And you're looking yourself dead in the eyes, and you're like, I could run a country. I'm smart enough to run a country. Me, I have the brain power to comprehend the hundreds of thousands of lives that are in my hands.
Exactly.
And almost every time they don't. they just have an ego. If it hasn't become apparent, I don't like politics. I don't like politicians. Period. End of sentence.
Anyway, where were we?
Destiny 2 and why it sucks. I actually remembered for once.
I got a million reasons why Destiny 2 sucks. That's not the video for it.
Okay. Well, the microtransactions, we were on that. About Destiny 2, unless you're done talking about Destiny 2. That was all you had about that.
That's all I had.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Microtransaction hell.
Oh yeah, hell for video games.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, don't die. You'll be stuck in the moment of your final death forever.
Indeed.
I won't die. I don't have written permission.
Okay.
Therefore, I can't die. Another game that like has battle passes and stuff.
Yeah, what would that be?
Halo Infinite multiplayer.
Oh yeah, Halo Infinite does.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to bring up Halo Infinite, actually.
Yeah, so I very recently got back into Halo Infinite multiplayer because when I first played it, it was the fucking beta version that they released before the campaign, and it was terrible, and it would literally blue screen your Xbox somehow. There were people who were like they were playing the game and then just blue. They'd have to fully reboot their Xbox to get it to fuck off. Yeah, but like I was playing it with a bunch of friends because we were like, it's free, it's a free to play, why not? And it sucked. It was terrible. Not even the blue screening thing. Like half of the game modes didn't work. There were. Like the amount of people on the map did not fit how big the map was. So there would be a lot of instances where it's like you've got team of 4 versus team of 4 on a map that should be team of 16 versus team of 16. And so it's like you can't find anybody. You're going around and you're like, where is anyone? And it was terrible. But like I recently decided, it's been a while. It's been like a few years. I'm sure they've done something to fix this. Like they had to have done something to fix this. And you know what? They did. it's actually really fun now.
And what do they do to fix it?
So, well, for one, the game modes actually make sense. The
That's an
maps,
important one.
the maps aren't way too fucking massive in the number of people. It doesn't crash anymore. That's great. And basically what they did, from what I can tell, what they did is when it first came out, they were like, we'll do our own thing. We're 343 Industries. We'll do our own thing. We'll be fine. Everyone fucking hated it.
We'll do our own thing and it'll be okay. A sentence that has never ended well ever.
No. But yeah, so it's like everyone fucking hated it. Like, everyone fucking hated it. And so basically, from what I can gather, coming back to it years later after ignoring it this whole time, they basically just looked at Reach and said, okay, we're take that, put it there. that whole Reach multiplayer situation, just there we
Shove
go.
it in there.
Just shove it in there. It's like a band-aid. Just put it on the wound, fix the problem. But yeah, so I think that's essentially what happened, and by taking a formula that worked really well in the past and putting it in their game, it worked. Fun fact. But yeah, so they did that, but you know, it's still a modern, technically free to play multiplayer, so of course there's an item shop and a battle pass. But
Yeah. The multiplayer is free to play.
Yes.
The campaign is not, right?
the campaign costs money, but the multiplayer is free to play. You can just download that. But here's the thing. Here's the really interesting thing I found out about all of the fucking microtransaction shit, right? Okay. Fortnite Battle Pass. It's there for the season and then it's gone forever, right? Like you can't get anything in that battle pass anymore after it's gone. Halo Infinite, you can buy any of the fucking battle passes whenever you want.
That is a thing I've noticed more and more live service games doing as time goes on.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is, instead of that old content being gone forever, keeping it around.
Yeah, but like, yeah, so that was something where I was like, whoa, like, oh, this is interesting. And they even had a fully free one that gave you a bunch of Reach cosmetics from Halo Reach. And it's just free. Like you can just equip it and go. Like, you don't have to even pay for it. So I thought that was neat. And then I went into the item shop, and of course it's like the currency in the item shop you have to buy with real money. But the item shop doesn't update daily. I don't know how often it updates. I haven't been looking at it constantly all the time, so I don't know. But like, I looked at it like a couple of times for like throughout a week, and it just like it was the same stuff. So there's not this pressure of like, I need to get it now or it'll be gone in the next 12 hours. You know, so that's not a thing. And then there's this other section. There's this other section of the item shop that's called the exchange. And I'm not entirely sure how this one works, other than the fact that there is a second currency that you get by completing challenges in the game. Right? So like it complete a match and then you get like 250 of these fucking Spartan points or whatever they're called. You go to the exchange, that's where you use that currency. So there is stuff in the item shop that you can get by playing the game rather than like buying like money.
Yeah.
And so it's still obviously like microtransaction, like item shop, all this stuff, but I do like how it's a lot more flexible than a lot of other battle pass based games I have seen before. Like it's not here like you have to buy this now. It's like it's more like you could buy it eventually, I guess. And even if something's not in the item shop, like, okay, I was trying to make my character look cool, you know, because sometimes when there's a game and they have an item shop, I'm like, okay, I'll spend like $10 once, and this will just be how I look, right? And so like I was trying to look for, because like I had like a that's another thing. If you get the campaign, there's a bunch of boxes lying around the open world that you can get that just have multiplayer cosmetics in them too. So yeah, the campaign costs money, but if you get the campaign, you can get those also, which is kind of neat. But anyway, so I had like a color scheme that was like black and red, and I really like black and red as a color scheme, so I was like, okay, we'll go with that one. And like, but none of my visors I had matched. So I was like, okay, do they have a red or black visor that I could just get for like $5? So I start going through, and I'm like, and I'm looking through them, and I'm thinking to myself, like the Fortnite store, like, okay, I'm gonna look at the item and then be like, all right, I'll just check back and see if they ever have it, right? I go to click on it, and I see the buy option, and I'm like, what? So basically, if you're looking for a specific item, but it's not in the item shop, you can just get it. It's like whenever. All you have to do is find it in the character customization menu, and then you can just get it.
Wow.
Yeah, so like there is quite literally zero pressure to get any of the stuff. It's like you can get it whenever you want. Which is neat to me. I like that a lot.
That's exactly, as we all are aware, that's exactly how Helldivers 2 works as well.
Yes!
Also,
Helldivers!
You buy Helldivers!
Yes,
Which
you do.
is a good thing because getting the premium currency is so easy that they wouldn't make a lot of money if they were just relying on selling the premium currency. So you buy the game, and then you never have to spend money on it again.
Yeah.
I also think it does a much better job at the general, like, big, wide community event stuff, because that's ostensibly the whole point of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it also seems like it's not like ever constant.
The only term of it ever being constant is the fact that when you're just walking around in your ship, the acquisitions thing at the very top, I think it's flashing. I don't know if it does that all the time or if it's just when you can buy something.
Mm.
But on that, it's just another thing on the UI.
Yeah, it's not a pop-up
among everything else. Yeah.
or anything. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's the reason I think it's probably the best at doing the community event stuff is because A, that's basically the full point of the game, and B, if you're not, it's so good at emulating like a fictional war that if you aren't around for earlier operations, but you have friends who were, and then you get involved in it, they can tell you their war stories.
Yeah. Like honestly, that's actually a really cool thing that I kind of appreciate about it. And one particular event that caught my attention. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was like there was we thought they thought they beat a group. I don't remember which one.
Yeah.
The automatons.
The automatons. They thought they beat the automatons, and then more of them showed up, and all I could think of was Reach. that is the only thing that came to mind, like immediately, like, oh yeah, we got the Covenant cruiser, we did it, we won. Slip space rupture detected. Slip space rupture detected. Slip space rupture detected. The entire fucking fleet shows up. Yeah, like that's all I could think of. And it's just... But yeah, like it was honestly really cool because I look at Twitter sometimes because most of my Twitter is just game updates and memes. And so like I was starting to get Helldivers 2 updates because Aiden had interested me. And so like I was getting these updates, and so it almost felt like you were like there's a war going on, and the news is like, oh, read all about it. The war front. Ooh. and then it's like you actually get in it, and then it's
It is just a war front.
It is just a war front. And yeah, like I can very much tell from like a lot of the planet surface designs, like it's very World War One. It is extremely World War One because it's like the ground is gray, it's covered in craters, most of the plant life is dead.
We just haven't taken you to one of the lush areas yet. There are places like Vietnam.
Oh yeah, no, I think I've seen those too, but like a lot of the planets, it's like they're very like World War One. And there's a lot of like real life war based design, I suppose. That I just
constantly pulling from like real world military design, like the gas mask that you unlocked recently, Peter. And I have seen helmets that are like World War II pilot helmets.
Yeah,
like that's the whole point.
Not to mention,
it's all very well done.
Yeah, not to mention the propaganda.
Not to mention propaganda. The propaganda is incredible.
Yeah, like and like you like it's so World War II.
Not only is propaganda incredible, it's fucking working.
On real world people.
Yeah, well, it's like, okay, like, yeah, a lot of people nowadays are very hyper aware of what's actually going on in the world, right? And that makes it so that actual propaganda for like actual things is it doesn't work quite as well as it used to. But when we're talking about a video game where there's no actual real world consequences to just leaning into the propaganda hype, people are gonna lean the fuck into the propaganda hype like nobody's business. Like, oh yeah, Helldivers, join the Helldivers. Oh, no, just fuck those bugs.
That's not to say that people aren't immune to propaganda these days, because very much still are vulnerable to it.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm immune to propaganda. I can't ever be propagandized in my life.
Well, yes, and I'm talking more like like Uncle Sam wants you to fight for his country. It's just like that stuff. No,
that does still work on some people, but not.
Some, but not. Yeah, not. Like I said, it's not as effective as it used to be because people know what war is like, and they look at what war is like, and they go, "I don't want to do that."
Like if it's fake, I will.
If it's fake, I absolutely will. Well, because it's funny, right? It's hilarious to like run onto a like a video game battlefield, be like, oh, I'm a Helldiver, I'm invincible, I'm gonna fight for my country, I'm gonna win, and then just get fucking blasted to shit. It's
happens all the time.
Yes, like it's just so good. The concept is just so absurd and amazing. But anyway, yes, Helldivers 2 is a great example of a live service game.
A great example of a publicly beloved live service game.
Yes.
I have over time seen a lot more live service games shift to doing things in this kind of manner, where old things are permanently available and like just generally having rotations where things come back and having everything be more accessible for people who were not there at first and costing less money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I think what's happened, right, is what happens with a lot of things is that like people just started to get fed up with it, right? Because it's like, okay, yeah, it's like okay, I have to keep up with my life, my job, my career, like my school, and on top of that there's like 5 games I play where there's a battle pass that I have to level up in if I want to get anything cool. It's so, and at some point you just get exhausted. and so I think the companies that were using the strategy to make money started to see the line kind of stagnate, and they're like, well, fuck,
Why not go up?
Why
Why not go up?
Why not go up? And so
Average economic meeting.
they actually made a decent decision for once, and we're like, okay, what if we chill the fuck out for a bit? What if?
I think part of it is also the fact that live service games in this large of popularity is kind of still a fledgling.
Yeah, those are oddities.
So a lot of newer live service games, or ones that are willing to actually change, have become more user friendly because they actually want to make a game instead of make money.
Yes.
And you can make a game instead of make money?
You can make a game
In the
and
year of
make
our
money.
Lord 2024. Yes.
Incredible. I never knew this about video games.
see, here's the thing though. You can make a game and make money, because fun fact, when people actually like your game, they'll be more willing to put money in it.
Well, sometimes that's not enough, but yeah, I get the sentiment.
Yeah.
I'm just a dour fucker.
Yeah. Well, okay, it's like I don't know. It's just like, if there's a game and you really like it and you have the money and like there's a cool hat you want to put on your character, you're like, okay, yeah, I'll get that. It's $5, whatever. And you'll be more
buying
inclined.
Gen cosmetics.
And the user friendliness of the environment makes people more likely to be more willing to open up the wallet a little bit, whereas if you've got a game that like you absolutely hate, like, okay, I have a personal example of this. Overwatch 2.
Oh, I forgot.
We didn't even talk about Overwatch 2.
Oh god, yeah. So Overwatch 2 is a somewhat strange example of a live service game, because it did not originally have like a battle pass or an item shop or anything like that. The first Overwatch, which got morphed into Overwatch 2, you got your stuff through loot boxes, and they weren't loot boxes that you paid for or anything. You just got them by leveling up. So like there was no real world money that you had to spend to get all your cosmetics. Now, I will say that if you did come in from Overwatch 1, they didn't like take your skins and make you pay for them. Like you got to keep the stuff you got from the loot boxes. But I have always had a love-hate relationship with Overwatch. Like, yeah, I would play it with my friends because I want to hang out with my friends and they were all playing Overwatch. But like, if I were to play Overwatch by myself, 5 rounds in, I would be mad. Like I would be having a terrible time and I'd just turn it off and play something else. So like I never really fully enjoyed Overwatch like I do a lot of other games. So when Overwatch 2 came out and they made it so it's like, oh, now you have to buy skins and there's a battle pass and stuff, I never looked at any of that ever again. I never even looked at the battle pass. I never looked at the item shop. I would just log on and my friends would be like, oh, we're gonna play, and I'm like, okay, great, and we'd play. Like I'd say I paid no attention to anything money related, because it's like, okay, and especially like after a bit of their so-called changes, like how certain characters you could only get them if you got the battle pass.
Yeah.
that tipped me over the edge.
For a character-based team shooter?
Yeah. Like it especially since like it was very clear they were making those characters way more powerful to convince people to buy the battle pass. I just stopped playing entirely. Like, I don't have Overwatch installed on my Xbox anymore. It's gone. I got rid of it. So it's like, but like when you have a game more like, Fortnite, which is like, Fortnite's not a perfect game, but I enjoy playing it. Like, at least before they overloaded it. But like before they overloaded it, I liked Overwatch. I liked Fortnite. It's an enjoyable game to play, even by myself. Sometimes I'd have fun, and so I was more willing to look at the item shop and be like, okay, like I like that skin. I want to get that skin, and this battle pass looks cool. I'll get it. It's $10. Like if you have a player base that hates you, they're not gonna give you money.
Player base that hates you.
Yeah, like if you have a player base that like they started off thinking like it's okay, like this game's okay, and then you make them pay money for stuff that did not used to cost money, they're not gonna give you anything. And but like if you've got a game that it's like, like it's not the best game you ever played, but it's a good game. Yeah, I'll give you $5 once in a while, sure. Like I have no qualms with that. It's like when you make a like environment for players hostile towards those players, it's not good business. It's just not. And sure, you'll have those people that are like, diehard fans, and they're gonna stick with it till the end. But that is not the majority.
Yeah, and honestly, you bringing up Overwatch, or specifically loot boxes, reminded me that loot boxes are a thing in a lot of lives in a few live service games, I should say. I don't actually know how many, because I don't play any that have loot boxes.
Not Overwatch, not anymore.
But I know CS:GO has loot boxes, I think. I know Apex and Valorant, maybe. I don't actually know anything about Valorant aside from the fact that it's like the game that you point at if you want to make fun of someone.
Yeah.
I also know nothing about Valorant other than that.
I tried to try it out just because like I kept seeing stuff about it and my curiosity got the best of me. But like I would go to download it and then it would be like download complete in like 16 hours and I'm like, nah.
Not worth it for what is effectively a mobile game ad.
It's like downloading something on my internet.
Yeah, it was insane. It's insane. So I just didn't bother, Man, I don't know anything about Valorant either.
Yeah, all I know about those games in particular, aside from them being live service games and having potentially loot boxes, is that a lot of the stuff like CS:GO, I've seen. I'm pretty sure we've all heard of CS:GO knife skins selling for like over $1,000.
Yeah.
Yes.
So talk about predatory business.
Yeah.
And yet it fucking works, and I don't understand how or why.
Well,
I'm going to chalk it up to most. I'm going to chalk it up to most people in the world being NPCs.
Okay. It's similar to why. It's similar to why certain Pokemon cards go for like hundreds of dollars. Because like, it's basically just that. It's the same thing as like a trading card game.
Yeah, but like, I guess everyone has things that are valuable to them, but still NPC behavior.
You saw the people on fucking the internet. Sure. That's what we'll call all of social media.
Yeah, that
people
is,
on the
I
internet.
stand by what I said, even more now.
You guys remember what happened when fucking a bunch of people thought that NFTs were going to actually amount to anything?
Oh god, yeah. No, people were spending
people are-
thousands of dollars, millions even.
Some people are just willing to dump millions, and a lot of these people were like otherwise not dumb.
The sheer number of cryptocurrencies that turned out to be scams.
All
I
of
got
them?
like yeah, all of them basically. Yeah,
Yeah.
almost all of them. Yeah, like people will do this to help baseball cards. Like it's like
The original NFT.
yeah, literally it is. Like people will put a huge price tag on a piece of paper with a printed picture on it. If you're somebody who collects baseball cards or fucking Magic the Gathering cards or whatever, like, good for you. I'm happy for you. Do whatever you want with your money. But like at the end of the day, it is a piece of card stock with a printed picture on it. Like, that's it. That is all it is. The value is assigned by the community playing the game or like collecting these things.
At the best of times, it's decided by the community. Sometimes it's decided by the creators.
Yeah, which is not fun.
Worse.
Yeah. The TF2 is similar. Like there's a whole like
Oh, the hat market?
yeah, there's a whole the hat market. Like there's certain cosmetics I've seen where they're going for like $300, and it's like, oh my god. You know, like it like. But it's like the thing with markets like specifically like CS:GO and TF2 is that those are mostly run by the community. those are the players looking at that thing and going, yeah, that's $300. Yeah,
That reminds me of the ribbon market. Back in the old days of Warframe, back when the ribbon mafia still existed.
The ribbon mafia.
So in Warframe, there are type of mod for your weapons that you can get called ribbon mods that are specific to each weapon. So you'll have a mod for a specific weapon, like say the Bratton. You'll be able to put it exclusively on the Bratton and Bratton Prime. And it has randomized stats that you can re-roll. So, you know, people would obviously be rolling ribbons to get the best possible stats that you can, basically, and sell them for ludicrous amounts. And back in the early days of ribbon trading, there was an actual mafia for this.
Like, it's just a dead ass mafia.
There was as close as you can get to a mafia, I guess. It was
yeah.
organized
online game.
It was an organized effort, designed exclusively to scam people.
Yeah, organized crime. That's a mafia. Huh. Or at least a gang.
Yeah, at the very least, a gang. But yeah, no. It's a mafia designed exclusively to scam people out of hard-earned plat.
Huh.
Or, you know,
Real
cheap,
money.
real money plat.
Yeah, platinum is the premium currency in Warframe.
Huh. That's weird.
But yeah, that's one of that's not the case anymore, but that was one of the examples of a badly run community market.
That does sound pretty badly run.
I think if you... I forget how it works exactly, because I don't do in-game trading with other people very often. Or, like, ever. I only trade stuff with Peter when he gets something that he thinks I'll want, or that he knows that I do want. I try to do the same for you, but you have
You don't play the
everything
game.
already.
And
I
yeah.
play the game. I play
You
the
took
game.
you took far too much offense to that for someone who would actually play the game.
it's just yeah, because I play the game. I play the game.
I do. I swear.
I'm thoroughly
don't
convinced.
don't worry, Cole. You definitely play it more than me.
Yeah, sometimes I look at our clan and I'm like, man, I can't believe Alina hasn't been here for like 1,268 days.
Feels like just yesterday.
You got me to play it for a week when I was on vacation and didn't have access to any other thing than my Switch.
Yeah.
But then I came back home and was like, drawing, I miss it.
I just don't have anything to trade to you, Peter, because I don't play it as often as you do. I take long fucking breaks from things.
Not as long of a break as I have.
That's not a break. You just stopped playing.
Let's aim for 2,000. Let's go.
Just like 2 more years plus probably like 2 years and 3 months to go.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure the Digital Extremes, the developers, are like very strict on in-game trading now.
I mean, yeah,
so,
a
like,
whole ass mafia showed up. I would be
It's very difficult to organize a trade outside of the game. Like they're extremely, extremely strict about that. If they find out that you did it, you get your account banned. If you did the trade outside of the game and then like
Oh wow! All right,
got the item through that means like that's
a big no-no.
yeah.
I will say I've
Like organizing a trade and then meeting in game to do that trade, that is fine.
I will say I've made like a very, 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 very tiny amount of money off of the TF2 trading market.
Really?
Because if there's a cosmetic you don't want, you can just put it up for sale, and usually it's only like a couple of cents, like it's like 5 cents. But you know, it's a way to get rid of it, and then I'd open up my Steam account like the next day, and I'd have 6 cents in my account. I'm like, ah, cool. So it's like I'm not making a lot. Like I'm not over here like, oh my god, I gotta get the best cosmetic and then sell it for double. I'm just like, I don't want this. I'll make money on it, I guess. So, like, I think that's kind of neat. Where it's like, if there's a thing you don't want, you can just give it to someone else and they give you some pennies. You're like, ooh, pennies.
Pennies.
Ooh, pennies. I can put this towards my next Steam purchase.
I like pennies.
I like pennies too. They're neat.
I don't like pennies.
You don't like penny? Why don't you like pennies?
No, I just
He prefers real money.
yeah. I don't prefer money. End sentence.
That makes more sense.
But if you get a penny, you can get it. You can put it in one of those penny stamping machines, and it gives you like an oval. That was once a penny.
Oh, wow, an oval.
It's got stuff stamped on it. pennies, man. So Useless nowadays.
Anything else? We gotta scratch the deeps of the pits, the wells. The wells are.
We
the
do have
deep
to do
pits of
this
the
for
well.
another 15 minutes at least. It's just
Come up with something to say for 15 minutes.
I'm trying to think of any other ones I've played.
I made my grievances, and I come to recognize a slight perspective shift over the course of the video that, like, it seemed to be heading in a better direction. So maybe I can afford to hate them less.
Honestly, yeah, like I think live service
Gotcha games though.
okay, yeah. At least the live service games I play on like an Xbox, not the mobile games. Those seem to be getting better for the most part. From what I can tell, like that thing I said about Overwatch and the having to buy the people, they apparently got rid of that a bit ago. So still don't like the game, but that is an improvement. Yeah, I think it's just getting very like the amount of give me your money, give me your money, give me your money is starting to calm down a bit, I think, and that's good.
Yeah.
Because there's only so much that you can do that until people are like, all right, fuck you, dude. I'm not giving you anything. Isn't Sea of Thieves technically a live service game?
Yeah, absolutely, obvious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is what?
It's not technically, it is.
Sea of Thieves.
Oh. I mean, yeah, technically, by definition.
Yeah. Something I kind of like about.
No, sorry. Yeah.
Huh? Something I kind of like about Sea of Thieves is that like they have a lot of cosmetic stuff that you can just like get by playing the game. Like of course there's stuff that you can buy using like money, but like again, you don't have to. And like for example, pets. Like if you want a pet, you have to like buy one like with real money in the game. And like but like the thing is it's like there's never been like a push where it's like, oh, you have to have a pet. Oh, it's the new fad. You have to have a pet. Like there's not this pressure to get one. So I've never gotten one. And I've just lived off of the fact that all my friends have theirs and I get to pick them up and steal them. But you know, there's similar to like I guess similar to Helldivers. I guess like there's not really that much of a pressure to get anything. Like it's there, you can get it, but you don't have to have fun in the game. And I kind of like that a lot, especially considering that like the game seems way more focused on like
being a game,
yeah, than trying to sell you shit, which is like I honestly I think that's fun fact. Focusing on the game part of the video game is actually what gets people to play it. Who knew?
The main thing I don't like about Sea of Thieves is how insanely unoptimized the amount of space it takes up is. Because it sure is.
Yeah.
100 gigabytes.
There are
like to play other games. There
are a lot of recent games that are like that, or it's just like, come on, man. Like, really? 100?
That's a full 10th of my hard drive.
Yeah, like it's like I can only have 10 games on my computer. Like what? Like that's, huh? I thought you wanted me to play all your games. Why do you only want me to get 10 of them? Apparently, like it does not compute.
And Peter, do you want to talk about gacha games? You know more about them than I do. I played like 2 ever, and they're not representative of the broader genre.
No, they are not. And to be honest, I've not played like an excessive amount of gacha games.
You can only really play a few at a time.
I mean, for your sake, yeah. That's by your sake. I mean the general you. For anyone consuming gacha material, only play 1 or 2 at a time. Because if you don't have $1 million to burn on every single one, you're gonna have to put 1 million hours into every single one if you want to like actually experience the game. But I mean, most gacha games are less about like okay, most gacha games are fairly predatory in terms of like actually having or actually getting shit in the game. Beyond that, I don't know what else do you want me to fucking say about them.
I mean, that's fair, but
They vary, but that's the one core feature. Like gacha games are inherently just not consumer friendly unless you're a gambling addict like I am. Just don't play gacha games if you have bad spending habits or value your fucking time.
Yeah. That's another interesting thing about live service games. Is like a lot of them rely on you like religiously playing the game like all the time.
That is the one thing that you either hate or love it, because
Yeah.
you know, I am very receptive to that, where I like having one game that I can put my time in, that I can put most of my time into, because I'm never gonna fucking finish a game on my own anymore.
Yeah.
Even better if it's also a game that I can play with friends.
Yeah, most live service games I play, I at least started playing them because my friends wanted to play it, and I was like, alright, I'm in, man. But yeah, especially when you have like a full-time job every week, it can get a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like you get home, you get on the Xbox, is like, okay, I need to level up. I need to level up or I can't get the thing I want. And then you go, and then it's time to go to sleep, and then you have to go to work again.
Well, okay. Another thing about live service games as a whole, mostly, is that a lot of them expect you to play every day, but not like sink every waking hour of every day into them. It's mostly like,
Yeah.
get on, do your dailies, get off.
Yeah. Yeah.
But obviously there's more content in the game than just doing your fucking dailies, so it can feel overwhelming if you don't manage that appropriately.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's really all I've got to say on the matter. I'm not I'm not in the yap for 4 hours about a single topic mood. Apologies for being a bad podcaster.
I'm not in the entire point of a podcast mood today. Oh my god.
Sorry, my brain randomly remembered that like some humans are born with tails, and I started thinking about like what a human tail would look like again. And,
It would look like a rat tail.
I know.
A disgusting rat tail.
Oh my god.
I don't think rat tails are gross.
I think you've never met a rat.
Fair, I have never met a rat. I've only seen photos of them.
I have a plastic one and a stuffed animal of one.
I've only ever seen simulacra of rats and never the real thing.
Rat products.
Rat product.
Rat products. Bleh.
Ooh. Yu-Gi-Oh!
So,
Master
yeah.
Duel.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Is that the
That is a live service game.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, that's a live service game.
true?
You remember that one that we all played for like a week and then it died?
Hey, that was more like 2 weeks, or that was more like a month, I think.
Still.
You see, God, is Yu-Gi-Oh like exhausting to actually play?
Yeah. Well, okay, like the way that I was brought into this, into that conversation is that Aiden messaged me on Snapchat, and she was like this. Yes, and she was like, this is amazing, this is hilarious, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And then she's like we're playing this game called Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and like it's so fucking funny because we're just pretending like we're in the show and we're like, you've activated my trap card, and yeah, like it's there was a bunch of like improving. and that was like, that for me, that was like, oh, that sounds hilarious, of course I want to do this, you know. And then everyone actually started playing the game, like actually trying, and I immediately was like, nope, I don't want to. Because this is the thing. Yeah, this is the thing. I have never had any interest in any trading card game. Like, none of them. As a kid, as like in middle school, high school, none. I just didn't care for any of them. Like in elementary school, it was the Pokemon cards, and my cousin was like dying to get me into the Pokemon cards, and like, you know, I would buy them, and I had a whole thing of them because she wanted to play them with me, but you know, I didn't do anything else with them. You know, like I like it just never was a thing that I had an interest in, and the same thing went for Yu-Gi-Oh! In middle school. All of my friends got into Yu-Gi-Oh! And they're like, oh, I got Yu-Gi-Oh! And I got these cards and I didn't even buy any Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. I was like, nah, I have no interest. And then in high school, it was Magic the Gathering, and at that point, I was like, no, we're not doing this again.
Well, I don't recommend getting into Magic the Gathering because it fucking expensive.
It what? You cut out.
It's fucking expensive.
I'm aware.
If there was a game like Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel for Magic the Gathering, which there probably is, and I just don't
there
know
is.
about it.
There is. I don't know if it's free, but it exists.
Oh, well, that's a crucial part of it to me.
Like, all I know is that it exists. I know nothing else about it. I just know it exists. I've seen ads for it before. But yeah, no, it's you know, I don't know. I just And I never really liked how you got the cards, I think. Because it was like you just get this pack and you get a random assortment of cards. And that's how all of them were.
For you.
Yeah. And that's how all of them were. And like, you know, like I'd open it and be like, I didn't want any of this. You know, like I just wasted my money. So yeah, no, I suppose trading cards were like some of the first gotcha game-esque sort of things before they.
No, that was casinos.
True. Yeah, that was casinos. I more meant like in the game industry. In the game industry, those were like you know, like
Yeah.
Subtle introduction to gambling.
Not subtle introduction to gambling.
Not really.
Not at all.
No. Introduction to gambling that children can understand.
Games that teach children to gamble. I'm familiar.
Woo!
We love gambling.
End of episode.
Yeah, hold on. Let me fix that. We love gambling.
Oh.
Now we have the end of the episode.